morning everyone. So another assembly. We're back after the half-term holiday, and I was going to talk to you today a little bit about some of these road signs and what they mean to me to do with Lent. And you're probably thinking, why on earth is she talking about road signs and Lent? And I'm going to tell you why, because as you know, I always like to see the ordinary in the extraordinary. So this is a road sign that you've probably seen when you've been driven around in the cars by your parents. And I haven't chosen it because it's round like the pancakes I had on Pancake Day. I've chosen it because it started me thinking how the season of Lent starts on Ash Wednesday, the day after Pancake Day. So the round, I suppose, is a bit like a pancake, but it's just reminding us it's the start at the moment of the church season called Lent. And my next road sign is this one, reduce speed now, which sometimes we have to be very careful when we're going along and we reduce speed. And that is really to get us thinking about Lent. It's a bit like Advent really, before Christmas, thinking about a time to get ready, thinking about Easter and what's going to be happening. And probably the most important part of the story of Jesus is the Easter story. So we need to think about that and reflect on it. And my next picture is this one, which is a speed sign. I haven't chosen 40 because that's my age. Ha ha. I've chosen 40 because Lent lasts for 40 days, and it tells the part in the story of the Bible where Jesus was in the desert and he didn't have very much to eat or drink while he was in the desert for 40 days, but he was having the chance to do really as God had told him. So what we like to think about during the 40 days of Lent is things that we can do to change. Some people say, I'm not going to eat chocolate. Not me. Other people think of things like, I'm going to give up something else. Not me this year, and I'll tell you why. My next road sign, if I can find it, is one that you might have seen as well, and it's a give way sign. And this give way sign is really to remind me about giving up things for Lent, but giving up things to do with being selfish, I think, really, to give up the things where I'm just thinking about myself. So to try and start, which we should all be doing, thinking about other people. And hopefully, if I do that through Lent, I'll be able to keep that going throughout the rest of the year. So that's why I've got the give way sign there. The next sign I've got is something as well to do with Lent, which is the sign of, it's usually used for people working in the road or roadworks, and it's hard work. And Lent can sometimes be hard work. It's hard work to give things up. It's hard work sometimes to think of others, but it's something we must do during Lent. And my final picture is another road sign. And this road sign I think about as Lent and doing things for other people is where you're doing something together, and that's really good news and something that's important to do with Lent. So when you're going around in the car, if you're going on your one important journey a day during lockdown, you might see some of these road signs to remind you about Lent and doing things. Another way you could think about Lent is something that I've been making, a very, very lovely little chain. And on these chains, I've put some things on. So this one is let others go first. And every time I do one of these things, which is thinking about other people, I add another loop to my chain. So I've got one here that I think would be really important. And this might be something that I would take home and get my daughter to do at home. Pick something up off the floor. Wow, that would be amazing, and that would be a really helpful thing. So she'd be helping me. If I did it for her, she'd be helped as well. And then all you need to do is link it together. I'm using staples, but you could use glue or something. And eventually you'll have a massive long chain of things that you've done or that you'd like to do for Lent while you're helping other people. So I think we're going to just end with a prayer now where we're thinking about different things to do with Lent. And I'm going to read this prayer to you. So you can either just listen to it or you can just close your eyes for a moment. Loving God, help us to work together to share what we have so that everyone has what they need. Help us to build a better world, where each of us can become the best person we can be. Help us to live differently during this season of Lent. Amen.